Most candidates think that a weak CV is what gets them rejected. However, the reality is that it is the weak CV and the cover letter combo that screens them out. More than 90% of cover letters just read like a LinkedIn script template, and that's why most of the companies don't read them properly. In this video, I'll show you how to fix both. I'll quickly walk through how recruiters screen CVs, and then I'll do a deep dive on cover letters, specifically on how to use the networking insights to tailor them so your cover letter reads like a credibility booster. What's up guys, it's Jack here and welcome back to part 2 of How to Break Into Consulting series. In part 1 we talked about networking because without the right direction, everything is a guesswork. And today we move on to CV and cover letters, which is the first actual part of screening in consulting. Guys, 97% of candidates will not make it past the CV and cover letter screening stage. And the biggest mistake you can make as a candidate is to assume that consulting firms read everything, because the truth is they don't. They skim instead, and they're not looking for effort, they're looking for signals. Your CV should be a signal that you have the consultant's DNA, and your cover letter should signal that you are a great fit for that specific firm, not just one of 40 companies that you spammed. Now, I'd love to go into the specifics of the CV, but I already have a full CV breakdown video, so I'll keep this short and I'll link that video here, so check it out. As a recap, for a CV, there are only 5 things that matter. First is having a clean formatting in one page to ensure it is skimmable. Second is having just the 4 sections, so education, work experience, extracurriculars, and skills and interests. You don't need that professional summary section, guys. Third is using the action, impact, results framework, the AIR framework, for every single bullet point you write. Fourth is demonstrating the consultant's DNA skill sets through outcomes and results rather than listing a bunch of skills. And last but not least, making your skills and interest a conversation starter so you can create a human connection with the consultants. Now, you often can't win on your CV alone because thousands of candidates are also applying with strong academics and good internships. But almost none of them can answer the real question the firms care about. Why this firm and why you, in a way that actually makes sense. That's the job of your cover letter, and I'll cover the 3 key elements that you must have in your cover letter. Imagine this is your cover letter, guys. It will have 3 parts to it. The first part of your cover letter should be why this firm, with an insight, not flattery. This is a bad example. I want to join BCG for its diverse industry exposure, because it is a generic insight you can just find online, right? It looks like you ripped it off ChatGPT even. A great example would be, after speaking to consultant, I learned your London team embeds junior ACs to live diligence projects with global PE funds, and I'm very excited by the diverse experiences at BCG. The second one proves you've actually spoken to someone and understand how their staffing model works, which sets you apart from the generic candidate with limited insider knowledge. Part 2 is to show strong evidence of why you belong in that firm. The key here is evidence, not adjectives. A bad example is, I have strong leadership and analytical skills. Now, a great example would be, led a 5-person team to deliver a market sizing project used to inform our organization's 50K fundraising pitch. Almost like your CV, guys, you want to demonstrate the consulting skill sets through an evidence of your work experiences instead of just saying that you have those skill sets. I mean, if the recruitment process was just as easy as you telling me what skills you have, what's the point, I guess, of an application process, right? Now, part 3 is where you provide a clarity of direction by telling the recruiters why you belong in that firm now. A bad example might be, I want to apply to the company as I believe I have all the qualities to become a successful McKinsey consultant. That's literally way too generic and doesn't showcase a lot of motivation. A great example would be, I've built the foundation from my education and work experiences, and now I love the opportunity to receive structured training and take on responsibility to solve complex problems in a business world. It's much clearer ending to your cover letter, demonstrating an understanding of why you're excited to be a consultant. Now that you got to this point, you should start to realize why the first part of my series was on networking. It's because you literally cannot write part 1 of a good cover letter unless you've spoken to consultants. Every insight-based line comes from those conversations, so no networking, no insight. No insight means no tailoring, and no tailoring means it's generic and potentially you'll get rejected. Alright, so just to recap, guys, your CV gets you noticed, but your cover letter gets you taken more seriously. And the only way to write a cover letter that actually sounds tailored is by using networking insights from real conversations, not Google or ChatGPT summaries. So before you sit down to write your cover letter, ask yourself this question. Could someone copy paste this for any other consulting firm? And if the answer is yes, then it is not tailored and it won't move a recruiter. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you found this video helpful and insightful, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll be sharing more insider tips on how to break into consulting.